And
Yeah, they had like little shorts of it. I was like, I am
live.
intrigued.
You and me both. That's how it got me too.
No, we're not.
Okay.
Crudes, you said no, we're not. I looked over at or at OBS to make sure I was on the right channel.
That's why he does.
You're welcome. I love you.
So I was at Sam's Club. Found these
Sam had a club.
protein Pop-Tarts.
What the heck?
Protein
Pop-Tarts are not supposed to be good for you, sir.
I'm pretty sure they're still not.
4 grams of carbohydrate is all it is, and the rest of it is protein.
Is it any good?
That is blasphemy.
They're great. They're amazing.
That is blasphemy, sir. Healthy Pop-Tarts.
And you know what? Blasphemy tastes good.
That's fair.
Ugh. So aside from my food crimes, how are all of you?
He detected.
All right.
All right.
Is Fox pulling a me? Yes, Fox is pulling a me.
Yeah,
sitting extremely still.
I'm still trying to open up all my stuff here.
All good. All good. I was just making sure that
for a few minutes.
You say that and I should pull out my dice.
This week is all doctor's appointments. So I had one this morning. They're gonna put me on Ozempic.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a type 2 diabetes medicine that famous people use to lose weight because fuck people who really need life-saving medicine.
I see.
But thankfully I'm currently on OHP, so I can actually get it and not spend like the multi-$100s a tablet it costs normally. So they're gonna try me on it and see if I can no longer use one of my insulins. So I'll be down my fast acting and just have my long lasting once I start taking it. So that's one insulin pen down. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, hopefully it works out.
Thankfully, no scary side effects.
That's always a good thing with that stuff.
One person that just went on that like a couple months ago, and they're thrilled about it. It's working like a charm for them.
Well, that's hopefully good news. Hopefully it works the same. Be nice.
Yep, that is the hope.
Fingers crossed it all works out.
Okay, it did grab it. Okay, I was looking through Sirenscape to see if I was able to grab some stuff. Oh
yeah, I should probably open that too. Thanks.
Yeah, the last time you were all together, we started a new game, a new campaign set in a place that we've mentioned before, well, alluded to anyway, as it was Molly's hometown and the town she went back to rule over as Empress. That being the city of Augur in the kingdom of Junaar Gol. And as we picked up, it was the start of a festival celebrating Molly's 100th year in rule. A bit of fun was had, a lot of eating, some drinking, as one by one your characters were led to the tournament grounds of Augur to witness a demonstration in regards to what was being hailed as the next breakthrough in soldier training. Meeting a halfling individual. He asked for your assistance putting this robot in its place to show its inventor, or to knock its inventor down a peg or two. And after a fight that was abruptly ended by a giant doily knocking the head off the robot, you were all, well, the group was awarded a sum of 50 gold, which you separated upon yourself, and you were offered jobs if you're interested. From Beltran Whisperhill, the halfling gentleman who hired you to take on the robot, also runs the local mercenary guild. Giving you the time to think about it and everything and enjoy the remainder of the day, he set off back to his office as everyone went back into the merchant square of Augur to peruse the shops, get more food, try more drinks, and just enjoy the day. And you've all seemingly stuck together for one reason or another. As the day slowly starts to come to a close. The sun begins to set, the market stalls begin to close up as the city prepares for the nighttime festivities. While a lot of the food stalls have closed, some of the eateries and the taverns have begun to open up. Even some opening up a bit of outside seating to accommodate for the expected packed houses that they should have for the next week or so. But as we begin to go into the night hours, I leave it up to you as to what you wish to do.
Weren't three of us gonna be hitting some food stalls? That's the last thing I remember.
Yeah, you hit the food stalls and stuff throughout the day, and we're just enjoying company and everything. And as time wound down and everything, the night hours began to take over.
Oh, and I have to do a little retcon. Tomiki wears a heavy hooded cloak that comes just about here when she puts her head up, and the hood is always up.
Well, I'm going wherever Kylus and Asha are going.
Well,
I'm hitting the food stalls that I missed on the first go round. So there's extra eateries. Tomiki's a foodie. That's where she's going.
Yep, and the bright side is that there are eateries abound outside. I provided a couple of them out on the Google Doc that I had given everyone. So the local taverns and eateries that are well known and have a bit of a established reputation here in Augur are Hook, Line, and Sinker, which is a dockside seafood restaurant. The Emerald Delight, which is more of a kickback, almost like smooth jazz club in the sense of ambiance. It's for the people who are looking to have like a more relaxed, mellow time as they wind down for the day hours and not really have to deal with a bunch of rowdy patrons and hyperactive bards. On the opposite end is the Elemental Fury, which is a high energy tavern with lively nightly live bards and bands and a large dance floor. And then there's Miss Margaret's, which is down to home cooking, just a welcome sight for anyone looking for a hot meal or a cool drink. Now there are a couple other eateries out there, but not too well known. And then there is the confectionery, the Empress Delight, which is a bakery and, like I said, a confectionery serving a multitude of sweets fit for an empress. Pretty much everything Molly has ever had a sweet tooth for, this place makes.
Wait, that place is open right now?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, that's beeline right to where all the sweet shit is. Sugar.
I forgot to do it again, damn it. No, I forgot to change the sound settings for Sirenscape.
Oops.
I always do that.
I think we all do.
That's okay, I'm sitting there going, what setting?
There we go.
So Sylvia, do you want to go try some sweets, or shall we start heading back? Oh no.
I like back.
I figured you might be getting peopled out.
It's a lot.
It is a
This
lot.
was a long day.
I should probably check in at the temple here fairly soon. See if... Don't expect much happening in the infirmary, but you never know.
Not a bad idea.
If you're headed back, I will go with you.
Do you want to stop by and grab some sweets on the way back, or you just want to...
I don't want to inconvenience you.
It's not an inconvenience if someone's offering.
Hylas will go ahead and hand you a gold and go, it's a festival. Go knock yourself out. My treat. All the sweets you can carry.
It has been a while since I've had sweets.
There's only one condition. Bring me
What
back
is
a
that?
toffee.
Oh, I can do that, yes.
He smiles as he places the gold in your hand.
Thank you.
Of course. Sorry, it's been an awkward day for me. You know how I am with crowds.
There's
I
a
am-
lot of people here.
Not too dissimilar from you in that regard, so I understand the anxiety.
Yeah. But I'm glad you're enjoying yourself regardless.
I did enjoy fighting that automaton.
That was strange, wasn't it?
Never seen anything of that sort before. That one had almost an ego, which is strange for an automaton.
Well, I don't know how much it will do for training. I do think it will at least teach some people some patience. Except that was a strange experience.
It did get a few good hits in.
Definitely seems skilled in its magical programming. I'm not sure. I don't claim to know how automatons and whatnot function, but it definitely was unique.
Maybe it'd be a good function for the guild if they used it to teach non-group fighting. Maybe we just had too many people against it.
Which it will be interesting tomorrow. Seems like you will be making more friends. Perhaps.
Not just her or us. You will as well. You did agree to come with us, right?
I did. It will help us in our endeavor to the city and whatnot, but
Well, and we do have
We
some
shall
time to
see.
kill. We can't exactly go back right now.
exactly. So might as well do something to help with that in the meantime. So I'm glad to help. Plus, I think this will be an opportunity for Sylvia to stretch her wings a little bit more too, being cooped up in the city and all.
New places, new experiences. Hopefully leave behind the other experiences that we don't want anymore. As long as you're still feeling up for it, Sylvia.
I will do my best.
That's all we ask. Well, come on, I think Tokimi's getting ahead of us. Let's get in there and get some sweets.
Right.
And as the small group here begins to move towards the sweet shop, what are Max and Karsha doing?
I mean, Max still had unlimited drinks for until the festival was over, so he's probably just still wandering about any mead or beer stands that might be on their way closing up or anything like that.
So just pretty much hitting last call at the stands and then walking like on the outside service of the taverns and filling up there.
Yeah, basically. I think ultimately I think he's gonna probably end up at the hook, line, and sinker. Because a lot of the other places seem either a little bit too high energy or too fancy for his liking.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of really associates better with like the common folk.
Okay. And what of Karsha?
Coach didn't do any tavern that's open.
There's a lot of them. There's definitely a lot of them. Though if like you're not picky, yeah, you could just pretty much wander into any drinking establishment.
Nah, it doesn't really matter to her. She's just gonna go in there and just pretty much just drink as much as she can.
Okay. So are the two of you looking just to drink, or are you getting a meal as well?
I mean, if I go to a place called Hook,
yeah,
Line, and
definitely.
Sinker and they don't have a good fish and chips, I'll burn the place down.
Damn. In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Luckily enough for you, this Minecraft building is safe as they do have fish and chips.
All right. So, yeah, we're doing that.
All right. So over at the so as Max and Karsha sit down for like the evening just to like enjoy drinking and their meals, the rest of you hit up the Empress's Delight. And the portion sizes here are a bit ridiculous. You can't buy one cookie, can't buy one piece of candy. It all comes in, dozens and baker's dozens and tins.
Are you challenging us to eat a whole bunch of cupcakes all at once?
I mean, Molly would.
It's time for the Molly special.
It's time for sugar high.
There's even something on the menu called sleepy time tea.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes.
Like like Tomoki's gonna ask, like, is it tea you drink before you go to bed? Confused. Tea's tea.
Most people, we suggest take it right before bed, yes. Because if you drink it and you go out on the city, then the street will be your bed. Right.
I don't know if it's the same stuff, but I know the temple has something they use that they put in tea that makes people go right to sleep. So
The tea leaves that we use in this tea are a natural sedative.
For the record, Ash still makes them to this day.
So you put sleeping poison in your tea?
Not poison. It's just a plant that has properties that help you sleep at night or anytime you consume it.
quite handy.
So if I were to boil it down to a paste and apply it on my darts and hit someone with it, would they fall asleep?
We've never tried to use it as a weapon, as it's more of a medicinal herb.
Hmm.
I would like to acquire some of this tea. It sounds useful for the nights where sleep is difficult.
Maki wants to buy some of the tea as well. Not made, just the tea leaves.
The tea leaves, yeah. So they get both of you like a little tin of tea. Is there anything else you need?
Oh, I also require, what was it that Kylus wanted? Toffee? Is it toffee?
Toffee.
To believe so.
We have various tins of toffee over there. They start at 32 pieces and go all the way up to 264.
I will take the 264 piece.
Okay, that is 2 gold.
That's a lot of
Oh,
toffee.
okay.
And what do you
Jesus.
want for yourself? You're not just getting toffee.
I mean, he gave the gold for her to spend on herself, and it turns out it's gonna cost him his fucking gold for the toffee.
I mean,
Look, I'll cover the toffee. You get something that you want, Sylvia. That gold was for you.
I could still use the gold for me and just pay for the toffee with my money.
Oh, yeah, you can do that if you want. For a second, I thought you'd given all your money to Callus. My bad.
I tried.
No,
but
he
he
gave it back.
refused.
Yeah. He's like, oh hell no, this is yours. We got eight gold. Without the change. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's something that you see on the menu called the Skull Cleaver Special.
Oh. Oh no.
And it is a massive funnel cake.
Oh, it's not what I thought it was. Okay.
Covered in like a soft
Okay.
like raspberry jam, and just covered in multiple scoops of ice cream with chocolate syrup and sprinkles.
like stars, like anime stars, erupt into Tomoki's eyes, and she's like, "That."
Do you want anything warm with a drink with that? Call it the skull cracker because you will get a headache. It is a guaranteed ice cream headache if you eat it.
What's an ice cream headache?
It's what happens if you eat too much ice cream. Don't worry, you'll figure it out.
She's very confused. She's like,
so
like,
that giant thing of funnel cake and ice cream is a silver.
It will take
so it's a silver for for basically the 5-gallon bucket of ice cream, and it's 2 gold for like the cinder block of toffee.
Yeah.
Toffee takes a while to make.
Just don't ask where they're getting the milk to make ice cream.
Hanars.
They're
I was
milking
just about to
Hanars.
say
Thank
Hanars.
you. I love you so. This is why we're best friends. Okay.
Yes.
A Hanar somehow wandered into this dimension, and they have it chained up in the basement to milk it.
It's like all shriveled up, going.
Look, I milked Minotaur. Hey, that's cool. Keep it to yourself next time.
Concerned. Please release me.
Yes.
No, not Elcor. Nobody's
Oh.
milking the Elcor.
Give us time. Well, I will take a dozen cupcakes myself.
Dozen cupcakes. Okay, that is a silver.
Alright. Pass over. Silver. Sylvia, you getting anything else?
Do you have anything with fresh berries?
Oh, we have many things with fresh berries. We have them on our waffles. We have them by themselves in our long line of jams and jellies. Well, I mean, if you're looking for, we also have candied apples. I mean, that's technically a fruit.
Oh, do you have any candied meats? Like candied bacon?
We do have chocolate covered bacon.
Don't know if I can eat chocolate. I've never had it before.
I don't know. You made this race. I don't know if you know they have the same dietary restrictions as a bird does.
Oh gosh.
Did somebody say
Fucking
chocolate?
Garrus.
Well,
Can you feed Can you feed a bird chocolate?
The answer is no.
I don't think so.
I don't think chocolate is bird safe.
Oh no, you can. No, you can. It just causes vomiting and diarrhea.
I was
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
say,
technically you could feed a bird anything. The question is, should you?
well, it's just the same thing that goes with dogs.
Yes.
You can give dogs chocolate. They just react like cocaine does to human.
But you're also a humanoid bird. You're not an actual bird, so you could have chocolate if you wanted to. That's up to you.
And,
I mean-
and for the record, candied meats are a real thing, and they're
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was.
If you've never had one, go find
it's
one
totally
and have
fine.
it. They're delicious.
anything is edible once.
Chocolate is typically
True.
made out of cocoa powder in some sort of milk form. Can you have cocoa powder? Would be very plant-based. How's your body process milk?
I don't know.
Why don't we start with a small piece to find out?
I didn't think that too far. I didn't think too far into that.
This whole time, she's actually been having
Just 10
oatmeal with a little
milligrams.
bit of milk in it.
That's it.
No.
I don't think this place does anything small. So maybe we'll have to get something, and then I just take a little bit of it, and you have the rest.
Yes, we
unless you don't react to it.
our
And then you can have
policy
all of
is
it.
that it has to they have to be in large quantities only.
We should also probably try a couple. We should get can we get a bag of dark chocolate and a bag of milk chocolate? We should try both.
And they nod and walk over and just like grab like one of those little plastic bags and pull the little stopper, let it fill up in, and present 2 bags to you. That'll
We
be
can
2
find something else to
silver.
do with that. 2 silver? You got it.
And some of the, what was it? Chocolate bacon?
Chocolate covered bacon, yes. Grabs, just like walks over like a tray. It's like the servings come in 6, 12 and 6, 12 and 24 pieces.
24.
Perfect. Another 24 and that will be a silver.
And some of the jelly as well to dip it in, maybe?
Ooh.
Raspberry, if you have.
Oh, we most definitely have raspberries. You want it in like a container of jelly?
Yeah.
So it pulls up like, a 16-ounce thing of jelly.
What is that in milliliters?
I don't know. I'm from America. We
America!
only use freedom
Google it.
units.
America!
I'm sorry, how many ounces did you say?
16.
This is a lot.
That's 2
16 is a
cups.
lot.
How many milliliters in a cup? Oh god, I forgot that one.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Always like Mexico.
Too many milliliters. Too many. Too many. A lot. The answer is yes.
I'll take it.
It's like
Okay.
480 milliliters.
That jelly is 5 copper. I'm making all of you guys actually use denominations this time instead of just straight up gold.
You know what? I'm okay with that because I always split up some of my money so I have some copper and silver, and then I never end up using it for anything. So I'm glad to use it.
I split it when I have to.
I swear to God, if we actually end up using Electrum pieces, I'm gonna be so pissed.
No,
We've had
that's
a
the
game
other
where we did that.
campaign.
No, I had a
The
campaign.
other fucking campaign.
I had a campaign where like the only currency was Electrum.
He hated us. He truly hated us.
And then he hated himself for it too.
I laughed every
What did
time
you
money
guys
had
do?
to be spent.
I commit.
We didn't do anything. He started it.
Look,
Roach started it.
Post-apocalyptic campaign. What's the equivalent of bottle caps in D&D? Electrum.
Okay.
Fair.
He was thinking Fallout. I get it, but I was like,
It still
fuck
sucked.
Roach.
It's Electrum. Boogie
So
woogie.
you got
It
caps?
bothers me that it's the only denominator that does not go into tens. Like it's the only one that doesn't do the tens.
Yeah.
Why?
That's why it's so dumb, because it doesn't fit in with the rest of the currency that they made. But I think that total came to 2 gold, 5 silver, and 5 copper, or was it 4 silver and 5 copper?
I got a lot of. I paid 3 silver towards that, so you'll need 2
Okay.
silver and 5 copper.
This is D&D. We don't do math.
Says you.
D&D is only math. What are you talking about?
Why am I here?
I will pay them the money.
You
But
with
for-
probably the
it's-
biggest.
We use cook clack math.
Yeah, I was gonna
rocks.
say
Come on
you
now.
with the biggest collection of math rocks out of all of us.
And I hate math so much, but D&D makes math fun. I said it sarcastically, but it's actually true.
This is why I tend to pull out my calculator and do her math for her.
Thank you, Mom.
At least it's not Thaco.
Just wait. Make a monster where you like make a boss fight to where you force everybody to actually use Thaco and go into like the 2nd edition rules and everything just for that fight. Y'all like System Shock?
Oh, dude, it wouldn't be System Shock for me. I'd be like, "How have you been?"
So, as you grab your sweets and everything from the shop. All of you have a relaxing night. Those of you who have homes can retire to said homes. Those of you who are visiting from out of town, there are local establishments around that provide room and board for people, ranging anywhere from free, which is just pretty much an empty room in a building, or if you want a little more upscale treatment, you have taverns. You have taverns in the hotels, but they like the empty rooms and everything is more of like a hostel situation.
HOSTEL, not HOSTILE. Difference.
Oh no, it's gonna be hostile.
Some of them are. I've stayed in some pretty sketchy places before, and sometimes it feels like it's better to just sleep in your car.
Or park bench. Is there any place affiliated with the temple that I would have been told about, or just like
not really? Like the temple has the temple.
Then I'll ask a guard, because guards are the guys that know stuff about the town. At least that's what I was told. And I ask about finding an inn.
The guard that you walk up to, individual in just very large armor. This armor makes him stand about like 7.5 feet tall. You have a feeling that, the individual inside this armor is not that big, but the armor itself is very imposing. The armor itself is just a pure like ivory white with a blazing sun on the chest that just like its rays emanating out over the shoulders to the clasps into a long golden cloak. They sort of look you over and look out a little bit of ways into like the market square. Sort of nod. Take that road down. Make a left. You'll see a collection of inns and other establishments to catch some sleep. Though, if you...
Is there one the locals prefer?
Well, the locals have their home. Those visiting out of the town, the more popular ones tend to be the Sprawling Griffin or the Screaming Goat.
I love that name.
Right?
Did everyone else hear the sound the moment you said it? Just me.
Yes.
The goat.
I've specifically heard the goat from the Grinch movies.
Oh God.
Yes.
She thanks him, and she basically just heads in that direction with her gallon of ice cream. I'm figuring that's what they give her because it's to go. So
You're pretty much carrying like the equivalent of like a large like pizza box at the moment.
I figured, isn't it like a crepe, like how they do like the funnel?
No, it's a flat funnel cake. It's like the fair funnel cakes. Like, I'm thinking like the Orange County Fair,
so it's a funnel cake
Santa
with
Monica
a gallon
Pier
of
style.
ice cream on top of it.
Yeah.
I pictured the funnel cake rolled up
Jesus!
looking like a cone.
No, it is.
Okay,
it is
yeah, that's
flat.
like, yeah, you and me. That's how.
It is flat, covered in powdered sugar, and then the jelly and the chocolate syrup, and just like a metric ton of ice cream.
There's an
Okay.
amusement park up here that we go to that does the same thing, and the funnel cakes are fucking
Yep.
like you can't eat it by yourself.
Orange County Fair, like the LA County Fair and the Orange County Fair both have like ridiculous sized funnel cakes.
Right?
Yeah.
So she has her, pizza box of ice cream and funnel cake while she's walking down the street. It's like,
And as you're walking down the street eating it, nobody even like gives you a glance as if that's odd. They see this large box and they see what you're eating. It's like, oh, okay, they just came from the Empress's Delight. Understandable.
Asha will walk with Sylvia and Kylus back to Kylus's house before she heads back to the temple herself.
Okay.
So I imagine she has a room at the temple.
Once we meet up with Kylus again, Sylvia will pull out this brick of toffee and hold it out. A toffee.
You're holding about 6 pounds of toffee in this tin.
That's more than just a toffee. That is for sure.
A
Oh
tin
my.
of toffee.
I suppose I didn't give specifics, but I do love toffee. So, have you ever had it before?
Once. It was tasty, but difficult to get out of my teeth.
Yeah. Usually you want to have a certain type of drink to help wash that down. Well, I'm willing to share some with you if you, or more than some, if you like. Thankfully, toffee doesn't go bad quick, so I know the perfect spot to leave it in the house for now, for when we come back on occasion and want to have a little treat.
We also got a lot of chocolate and a dog.
Wait, we got a dog?
I'm okay with this.
What'd I tell you about picking up strays?
To do it all the time.
My girl. Like, oh, well, that's impressive amounts of chocolate.
We could always make
Why
chocolate
so
covered
much?
toffee.
I mean, toffee usually is covered in chocolate traditionally, so it's kind of already done.
More layers makes it taste better.
It's a lot of sugar.
The store doesn't sell anything in small amounts. Everything's in bulk.
Right. Well.
And Sylvia here has never had chocolate, so
Oh.
we got some
I
milk
did say
chocolate
treat yourself.
and some dark chocolate for her to try. And I'll pull out. I'll make like two little small bags of chocolate for Sylvia to take with her. If you want more after you try these, just let me know. We'll always be available to you.
Would you like some of the bacon?
It sounds delicious, but I want to see you eat it.
Oh, okay.
Enjoy it.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat all of it, so if you want some, just let me know.
I will. And also, here's a cupcake. I'll send a cupcake to each of you. Just a plain ass little cupcake.
Thank you. Now, I had to reference a document that I wrote 4 years ago, which would explain why I didn't remember it. Hargraven can eat processed sugars, like chocolate.
You
So,
made a note?
yeah, I wrote down like the whole thing about their biology when I first created the race.
New Age Geeks.
That's
Thank you for
cool.
that raid.
But
Okay.
they don't digest it like a normal person. It basically
It's like
gets
corn.
converted into pure energy. So
Sylvia's
Sylvia's going to be bouncing off the walls all night.
Oh, no.
Have fun, Kylus. You have a new toddler.
I've never seen a bird with zoomies before.
You're about to.
You haven't seen parakeets then.
I've never had birds. I've had dogs and cats and hamsters.
So the only thing I'm warning you is
All
not
I
to eat
know
everything
is
at
bird
once.
is the
It'll
word.
Give you a stomachache. So spread it out over time.
Throughout the night. Okay.
All at once.
You know, Kylus doesn't know really about Hargraven's like biology, so there's no way he would say like, "Oh, maybe have 1 or 2 pieces." So
Bad
we
for your
go.
teeth.
Here
We're
we
all
go.
about to learn tonight.
Yeah.
It's
I
about
mean,
to go
some of us have
down.
learned. Have fun. Well, I'll see you guys in the morning as we'll probably head over to the Merchant's Guild. I'll come over sometime after waking up. Before
In
midday.
time for breakfast.
As long as that's all right with Kylus.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, would that stop you anyway from coming in? Have a key
Not
to my
really,
place
no.
at this point. It's fine. I'm up early regardless.
Ooh, if you can handle the chocolate, we'll make chocolate chip pancakes in the morning.
Yeah, that sounds
Oh
good.
my. It's just add more sugar. And I think when they do retire, Kylus will just kind of spend time kind of observing the little geode that he got that glows, trying to kind of learn more about it. AKA sit there for an hour and go, "What the fuck is this?" And that's pretty much it. He's actually pretty exhausted from the festivities, from being around so many people.
So that geode, not necessarily magical, but it's got a little mundane effect to it. To where as long as there's any source of light around it, it will emanate about 5 feet of light, like a 5-foot area of light. Just like a small, just a tiny light crystal.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's such thing as like bioluminescent algae and everything, so it's, and he knows about like elemental rocks and stuff like that. So having a glowing rock is not too far fetched. He's just never seen one before. So
Yep.
Okay.
Put it next to an open, next to an open window at night, and the moonlight hits it. You've got a little night light.
Oh.
Now I want one.
Okay, that's pretty much it. He's pretty exhausted for today. His anxiety's like, ugh.
So, Max, were you looking to do anything, or were you just eating and drinking and just enjoying the night?
Max is mostly just vibing at this point. He's had probably a lot to drink at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe just looking for like a hot bath and a soft bed.
And you kind of, as like you like start stumbling out of the hook, line, and sinker, they kind of direct you where to go with like very carefully worded instructions, since you're a bit smashed at the moment. And you find your way to one of the establishments and you wander on in and crash a bit. Maybe fall asleep in the bath, maybe not. That's up to you. What about Karsha?
She's basically just trying to drink herself under the table right now.
Okay.
She's just
do you
very
stop?
roughhousing.
Do you stop at any point in time, or is it drink till you black out?
Drink till I black out.
Okay, can you roll me a d20 here? Let's make
I
it
absolutely can.
Let's make this a survival roll.
Jesus, okay. 19.
Not bad. Okay. Now for Max and for Karsha, can I get constitution checks for the morning that you wake up? Not saves, but checks.
I could do a check, sure. Give me a sec here.
16.
Okay.
Wow. Sorry, I just want to see what I had on my con.
All good.
Check.
Check is a D20 plus your proficiency modifier.
I see it. Oh, yeah. That is a nat 20 for 24.
Nice. All right. Morning comes. Both of our alcoholics wake up okay. Little groggy, maybe a little bit of a migraine, but not too much of a hangover. And surprising to you, Karsha, you actually woke up in a nice bed. You don't remember how you got to this hotel, but apparently you got to the hotel, you got yourself a room, and you just crashed. That's what I was doing the survival role for, was, you know, you're gonna black out, is there gonna be a fight, or, you know, maybe, just maybe, you get home perfectly fine.
That's what I did with Vera. How drunk is she and what's she gonna do?
How drunk is she? Yes. But as the day begins, I lost my words for that. I'm like, starts? What? All of you are woken up by the commotion outside. As the moment the sun came up, that celebration picked right up again. Augur is not a sleeping city. It is most definitely a party city.
We're in Vegas, baby.
Question: is this still the same festival?
Still the same festival. This festival lasts a full week.
Oh my god, it's Fantasy
no.
Oktoberfest.
Fantasy. Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah.
who knows, anyone
Kinda,
who
yeah.
knows the true history behind Oktoberfest, it's the last week in September, and it was a whole 7-day celebration. So, yeah. Oh my god, it's Fantasy Oktoberfest. I love this.
So what time does it start up? Because
The moment the sun rises, the moment like light breaks the horizon, it's party time.
well, then Tomoki's up already.
Let's go!
I mean, if I'm being woken up by all the noise, I'm starting to head to Haz's place to wake them up with some breakfast. I probably let myself in without knocking, so I can start working on breakfast while everyone wakes up.
Those of you who were in the inns, and even those of you who have places to call your own, you all receive a letter addressed to each of you by name, seemingly knowing where you are at, from Mr. Whisperhill, mentioning that a important job has just come in and he needs a volunteer team. And who better than those who beat the living hell out of a robot with a doily.
That will go down.
I'm sorry, that doily, that like that doily is Asha's equivalent of Vera's bottle.
Yeah, I've decided she's going to have a different spiritual weapon by how seriously she takes the fight.
Of course you would, because now I'm gonna have to like have just a list of like random like tea shit on my like ready to use.
I'm going to find you some pictures beforehand.
Thank you.
So I will continue to use the doily until I give you other pictures.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she sent me some stuff to Photoshop for you, so you know it's a work in progress.
It is. We are working on this.
Just going through the catalog list of like the possessed items in Beauty and the Beast.
Pretty much.
Just waiting for the sentient armoire to fall on someone.
Don't give me ideas. You just triggered my favorite movie ever. Let's go.
You did.
Be our doily, be our doily.
But that letter is just waiting for all of you, either at the front desk of the inns that you were staying at, or slid underneath your apartment door in the case of both Sylvia and Kalis, or Kylis. And Asha, one of the apprentices in the temple sort of meets you in the hallway and provides you with the letter.
She'll read through it. She's still going to go to Kylis's because whatever it is can wait till after breakfast. We have priorities here, okay?
I mean, this is
I
one
feel
of
like
my
we have a
campaigns,
family
so it's
setting.
very food focused. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Kylis is already like geared up and ready to go. Since he usually gets up like pretty much at the crack of dawn. Because you know, soldier stuff. And yeah, he's just kind of at the table, just kind of waiting patiently. Usually just kind of allows the girls to chatter and cook and all that stuff. It's not that he's lazy or wants them to do it. They just enjoy doing it. So he's like, I'll just sit over here and just let you guys do your thing, taking over my kitchen. This is
Look,
fine.
we've seen you try to make something. Stay out of my kitchen.
At least I don't burn rice. I just only cook rice.
Do you make rice?
He does. He
Like,
actually
really
knows how to
sandwiches.
cook. He knows how to cook, but it's like bare minimum shit.
just enough to
Nothing
survive.
fancy. Just enough to survive. Like he'll do like rice and then like, you know, put like a salmon on top of it, you know. It's just, but you know, that's about it. Meats and potatoes, that's it. That's all he really does. He doesn't do anything extravagant.
Did you guys get this same letter from the gentleman we met yesterday?
Yes, it did arrive.
Figured probably head out after breakfast.
Probably. We need to get acquainted with our new companions as well. So
Hey, since we had to pass
I want her-
through the festival area, I'm just going to stop and pick up a new traveling tea set because I need a new one. And you know I can't leave without my tea set. So,
a collapsible cup this time, so it doesn't break like last time.
the non-collapsible ones are so much...
But they don't break.
They don't break. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something. Yeah, if it breaks, then I'm without tea. Completely.
Oh, then you
Are
have to do a
we-
regular cup.
Expecting to be on the road for a while.
I'm not sure whether or not
Always
we will
plan
be.
for it.
But yes, I like to plan for it. That, and then even if we're away from home, I can still have my tea.
I wouldn't mind picking up a tool set if that's the case. I have a couple sets, but I need some weaver's tools.
Definitely can do that. I need to replace a couple of my utensils as well. As she flips the pancakes using probably a very worn out spatula.
Slightly singed on the edges.
That's well used.
It is. Again, he's not a terrible cook. He knows how to cook. He just doesn't cook crazy things. Or have guests.
Okay. So are there any plans that anybody is looking to take care of before heading to speak to Whisper Hill.
Brunch.
Brunch is way later than the time it is now.
Brunch could be any time you want.
No, sir. There are rules for brunch.
I mean, it all depends on when you wake up.
Yeah.
Nah, man. We're on festival time.
If you've eaten breakfast and you want to eat something but don't want to consider it lunch, it's technically brunch.
Yeah. I'm gonna rock some brunch because I still get
Philistines, all of you.
free bevies and I want a mimosa.
Oh God, a mimosa and a giant stein.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
Bottomless mimosas. That's what I just heard.
Yeah, bottomless mimosa served in a stein.
I'm here for this. I love mimosas.
Correct. Me gusta.
And because it is like the morning-ish hours, you most definitely can get mimosas. Not a problem. I don't care what anybody says, you know, food and drink, it's food and drink. Oh, there can't be tacos in D&D. Why not?
Sounds like you're scared.
Absolutely can't be.
Sounds
be a
like
coward.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's coward shit.
But yeah, once Max takes care of brunch, he does need to try and hit the market for some tinker's tools.
Okay. Show of hands here. Who needs tools?
I bought mine beforehand.
No, I get my tools. So I have my utensils.
I got ya.
And I have my pan flute. Yep.
All right. If you need
Okay.
tools, you can go ahead and take 1 gold off and add the tools to your sheet.
What about the tea set?
I
You
don't
got the tea
remember if I had some.
Take off a silver, you can get the tea set.
set? Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. As I just have a feeling that as you guys are like passing through the market square, like you see somebody selling these things, you just walk up and buy them and leave.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't come completely unprepared. I have 2 of the tool sets that I'm proficient in, but I'm proficient in 4 different types of tools. So
Just walking around like 8 toolboxes.
Can I pay an extra silver to grab extra cups so I have cups for everyone?
I'm
Typically, tea sets come with 4 cups, and we need 6.
gonna say this
I
comes with
have
6
my
cups.
regular cup that comes with
Okay.
my mess kit.
You just told me give me 6. We'll take that. Thank you. I wrote down the item name
It's
as
an
traveling
auger tea set.
and now I'm afraid.
It's
of
an auger tea set, so of course it comes with more than the standard.
That's fair.
Okay, so if nobody has anything pressing,
Just morning calisthenics.
slowly but surely you all find your way up through a majority of Augur, heading towards the Gilded Palisade, which is almost like a large cul-de-sac filled with the buildings and homes of the more prominent guilds of Augur. Finding your way to the Mercenaries Guild, a very large job posting board out there, various pieces of paper sort of tacked up there. You find yourself walking in, and Mr. Whisperhill is sort of just perusing a small notebook as he's walking through the main hall. Kind of smiles when he notices all of you walking in. He sort of waves, just very half-assed wave. He closes the book and slightly jogs over to you as you come through the front. Good. I was hoping, one, that my letters got to you, and two, all of you can read. Didn't ask that yesterday, and it's a very important thing because some of my employees, you know, they can't read.
Not a skill everyone gets to learn.
I'm hoping everyone here had a good night and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Remind me again.
More or less.
Remind me again where we're meeting.
You're at the Mercenaries Guild in the Gilded Palisade.
Okay, so there's no place to eat here.
No, you probably just grab stuff from from a couple of the food stalls as you were on your way here.
So this is Belton that we're talking to?
Yes, Belton,
Okay.
Belton Whisper Hill. Oh, none of you look like you're missing any limbs or in any sort of grave harm. Perfect. Had sort of a catastrophe strike yesterday. Ish. I don't know. News is a little foggy on this one. Somebody stumbled into Augur yesterday afternoon. Old wound in their head. Dirt covered clothes. One of the legs torn in tatters. The clothing, not the leg itself. Mentioning something about an accident in a blacksmith and not too much else. They're over at one of the temples right now receiving healing, but getting their name, they're a traveling merchant who was supposed to be on a caravan from Augur heading to Claude, but everything that the Merchant Guild states should be about halfway there now. This one comes stumbling in about an accident in a blacksmith. Nothing in the records say blacksmith. I need somebody to go out and check, see if they can't find him.
Do they suspect foul play?
I mean, out in the wilds, it could be anything. I mean, broken cart, maybe hit a exposed mana crystal, pissed off elemental, or, you know, one of the wildlife got a hold of them. But
What's the name of the guy again?
they didn't give you their name.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, then, kind of add that then. What were we looking for exactly?
The individual who came in, they identified her as Aluna Belmond. The other merchant that's supposed to be traveling with her is her brother Luxon.
Interesting. And where were they last seen?
Well, last seen here was leaving the gates about a day or so ago.
Where was their destination?
Claude. They were heading. They were
Claude.
traveling merchants heading to Claude. They should have been about halfway by now. But
She came back
she
talking
came
about an accident.
stumbling back in, talking about an accident and a blacksmith.
So not a blacksmith's accident, but an accident with a blacksmith.
Your guess is good as mine on that one. She hasn't
Were they
really regained consciousness yet, so we can't really establish a full one-to-one on the story. But given the way that she looked and how bad she was banged up, pretty dire accident happened.
So the details of the cause and whatnot is still a mystery for now.
Yep. A mystery that I need you and your friends here to solve.
I should talk to her.
It doesn't sound like we can right now. She is unconscious.
Yeah, last I heard, doesn't really have much, she's not really conscious. So unless you can get into someone's dreams, I don't think you're gonna have much luck with that one.
Give me 10 levels and I can.
Doesn't help too much right now.
Be able to.
Yeah, that's shit for me.
Tomiko takes a bite out of her like breakfast burrito, and she's like, "Is that a thing?"
Look, magic can do some weird stuff. I've seen it myself. So yeah, we've got people who can talk to individuals in their dreams, talk to the dead, raise spirits, all that fun stuff.
I believe it.
Though I'm hoping that none of you have to do that. Look.
Well, I suppose we could follow their trail, especially if they were originally on the main path, and see what we can find.
This I'll offer you the standard rate as a test run as for gophers. Give you all a payment of 10 gold, and then whatever you find out there that well, doesn't belong to the traders, anything you acquire, anything you collect or stumble upon, yours to keep.
Besides this Luxon Belmond, is there anybody else missing?
A couple employees of the caravan itself have gone missing, as well as a traveling archaeologist who was hitching a ride with the caravan on his way to Claude. Though records here say that wouldn't give his name. Though he was an elf gentleman, little late in his years. Short gray hair. Only had one eye. And I was like, from what it says here, descriptions that the guards wrote down, the eye was a strange orangish color.
It's always the elves.
What would an elderly elf be doing out this far?
Like I said, archaeologists, probably looking for some new ruins to traverse or whatnot.
Does that description ring a bell at all?
Not really.
No? Okay.
Wish my character was smarter.
I have that problem a lot.
I wish he was taller.
I wish he was a baller.
I was about to say that.
Oh my god.
I know that
Thank
song.
you for going with it.
I know that
You
song.
you say that his one eye was orange. Was
Yes.
it a natural eye?
I don't think the guards did a full once over on the guy. They just wrote down a brief description of him. Though he should be, if you can't get a look at his eye, he has a very gilded eye patch. Looks to be black leather embroidered with well, what looks to be pure gold.
Oh, to sell
certainly
steel
stands
eye
out.
patch.
It's not part of the merchant product. Technicality.
Why do I think you're gonna like find this archaeologist, kill him, and steal his eye patch?
Because you know
I
us
don't
too
care
well,
if he's
Rosie.
done good in the world. I'm just gonna steal his eye patch.
Have you not met us before?
It's for the same reasons that I wrote down that I now have a traveling tea shed, and I'm like, oh god, it's sitting it.
You said T-shirt.
Just grows legs and starts walking.
Yeah, yeah.
God.
I scared myself.
I approve.
It's a mimic.
Question for all of you. Who here owns a horse?
Would I through the order?
You technically don't own one, but you can
That's-
acquire
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Like you
So
can
we've
acquire a horse from like the order stables.
Okay. That's what I figured as much.
Yeah, I figured all of our
That's my
tribes together.
answer. That's my answer.
Okay. Well, then I will go ahead and lend you out some of the guild's steeds. Now, keep in mind, anything happens to them, you're responsible for them.
Yes.
Though, I don't really expect much to come from this. I expect that they were either hit by a rather ornery elemental, or some bandits have gotten really ballsy and have made camp somewhere between here and Claude.
Well, that would be problematic.
Yes, it would, but easily dealt with.
True.
I think it'll be all right. It should work for now. Let's see if we can perhaps get a cart. One horse should be able to pull a few people.
You're gonna need horses each. Oh, you know what? No, I don't need to do that.
With the DM's like, no.
No, he kind of like processes what you said previously. Like, you can get horses from the order. There you go. Get a cart from them too, and you're set. I don't have to lend you out horses.
Amen. I appreciate it.
Less stress on you to, have to pay me back if anything were to happen to him.
This, your order, do they have books?
Yes, what kind of books are you looking for?
I need information on a local legend. And I would still like to talk to the injured merchant. Or at least see her.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you how to proceed here. If you want to talk to her, last time that I checked, they were taken to the Temple of Herona.
That seems convenient.
Rona?
Very convenient.
Hey, don't look at me. I mean, goddess of life and rebirth. Yeah, you're gonna have healers there.
Yeah, Rona.
Might be where Asha stays. Didn't hear any of the gossip this morning, but I also didn't stay around the temple very long this morning, so.
You're good at research, Miss Asha. What's it?
I work in the infirmary at Horona's temple.
That might even be better. Will you please accompany me?
Well, of course, I think. Does anyone else want to go? I think,
Sure.
if not, the rest of us can go with Kylus to get his cart and horses, but that's also not far from the temple.
It's at the temple.
Yeah.
We're neighbors.
But if it wasn't in the temple, it was like next door.
in the temple grounds, they have the stables and everything for the knights and clerics when they go out of the city.
I mean, we have to go back there to get the items from his order anyway. So
Sounds like we're all headed in the same direction then.
yes.
I don't think we've been properly introduced. I am Kylis Morrowind, and you are? As he looks at Max.
Oh, I'm sorry. I I am Maximilian Grigory Antonov Konstantin Vodoslevsky. You may call me Max.
Pleasure, Max.
Alice must have been very tired after his whole ordeal yesterday because
You have killed my
forgot that name.
father. Prepared to die.
Yeah.
I can't wait until I start earning titles and shit.
Oh god.
It's just gonna get longer.
Well, I'll lead the way back to the temple, I guess.
I appreciate it. I do not know the way.
How long have you been, I'll walk and talk, but how long have you been in Naga?
Not long. I kind of travel all around. Demon hunter by trade.
Does it pay well?
Sometimes. Depends on the demon. How about you? How long have you been with the cleric order?
About a year now.
Got it.
I think we're coming up on 1 year pretty soon. Wouldn't you say that, Kylis? Or not. Don't think she can hear me.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Max. Sorry, I'm like writing notes at the same time, so I'm sorry.
I'm talking to both of you now, so.
I'm sorry. Repeat the question, sorry.
I said it's been about a year now, wouldn't you say?
Yes, that seems about right. Just over a year, I believe, we have known each other.
Though Kylis here has been with the Order of Verona for a lot longer than I have.
At least half my life.
It will be good to have a healer with me for this. Something doesn't feel right with the description of the injuries that the merchant sustained.
It does seem a little odd.
Junaar Gol, thank you for that raid.
Oh.
Then again, if they had hit a stray crystal or something that caused an explosion, that could explain some of the injuries.
If there are burns, then yes, that could very much explain that. No. The bandits would not let her go. She would not have made it back to town if there were bandits. Bandits also do not necessarily cut someone's leg. A lot of times this is going to be something with teeth or claws, which elementals do not have.
Also,
We may be looking into something in my sphere of expertise.
possibly. Though I hope
some
not.
elementals have teeth and claws.
It is not common. Most of the time they will use, the element.
Well,
and around
not
here it's primarily stone.
Not all elementals are humanoid. There are elemental beasts. And they're elementals just as much as the humanoid ones. And I can guarantee you, a lot of them have teeth and claws.
Well, whatever it is, I hope we can figure out what it is. Don't want more merchants getting attacked.
No. But this may not be a simple recovery job.
I was a little concerned about the old man. Too bad we can't talk to her, otherwise we could find out what happened to him.
Suspicious that he wouldn't give his name, though.
It's a little odd. Most archaeologists I've come across usually are more than happy to give their names. They want themselves to be known.
Unless they're not really an archaeologist.
Yeah. If he's grave robber, that is the more likely case.
And why head to Claude if you're an archaeologist? Maybe he was jumping off from there to go somewhere else, but at the same time, it's not. It's just a farm town.
There are a lot of ways to travel between the different towns and whatnot. That I'm not surprised about. But if you're not going to give your name, call yourself an archaeologist, especially with such a unique taste in eye patchwear. I suspect this person didn't want to be known and was using the merchants as a guise to be kind of fly under the radar for where they're traveling to or from. But again, this is all speculation until we find out.
It is suspicious.
You really think they'd go that far? I'd like to have faith that it was something a lot more simple.
Well, it could be something as simple as I stole something, you don't get to know my name, I'm leaving town. That's simple.
Or just an old man being ornery.
Or paranoid.
Or dementia.
Especially the older.
Dementia.
I mean, when they've lived as long as they have, become an old elfly looking elf. Paranoia is a very good possibility. Dementia depends on how old.
Well, she just says older elf, and it's really just like an elf in his 200s. He just grayed early is all.
We don't know. We're assuming his age from the grade.
He looks like from like years of like tomb raiding and stuff. He's a little more beaten up and a little less regal than like what most people think an elf is. So like, yeah, he's an old man. He's like, no, he's
got some city miles.
Yeah, he's got some city miles on him, and it's just.
Yeah. Had a hard life, okay?
I've seen some shit.
I think we're about at the temple here. Couple more turns.
Yep. And as you pull in, as you go in from the Gilded Palisade into the Avenue of the Anointed, and you make your way into the grounds of the Temple of Herona, the recruits, as they're known, first years who have yet to take the full pledge of Herona are going through their morning drills in the practice yard. The priests are walking about carrying various scrolls and tolls. Wow, that is a new one. Tomes and scrolls. Thank you.
I was like,
right?
Did I mishear that?
James' name is having a strong called bondulance.
But yes, the temple seems to be in the full swing of its morning hours. And as Callus, you're going to take care of the horse situation with the carts. I know Max is going with Asha to go check on what was her name? Aluna. What are Tokimi, Karsha, and Sylvia up to while they're at this temple?
I think Sylvia will be going with Asha, but as they're about to like actually enter the temple, Sylvia's just gonna wait outside.
Just like sit on the steps and wait?
More like stand awkwardly to the side of the path.
Okay.
I feel like this is not the first time.
So just so like she's not like in the way of like any like paladins or clerics walking by.
Yep.
Okay.
And as I see her step off to the side, I'll be like, we won't be long.
Okay. I'll be here.
Tokumi will follow. We should go inside the temple.
What about Karsha?
Yeah, she'll join
Okay.
if she can fit through the door.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I can't want it out. I was wrong. So the four of you enter into the healer's hall. Thankfully, to your surprise, Asha, there aren't many individuals in here today. It seems that the festivities in the city have yet to hit their most chaotic, when people start mishandling fireworks and whatnot and need a bit of healing and stitching. You're still in the wee hours
here and there.
Yep, you're still within the wee hours of the celebration, so still a light day. Though often one of the beds a little into the hall itself is a human woman. Looks to be in her early 20s. At the moment, currently unconscious, as she is in one of the gowns that the healers of your order sort of put any of their patients who are going to need a bit of a extended stay. There's a soft, like, white linen wrap around her head, like binding the wound that was there. You can see a little collection of red where it's like bled a little bit. At the moment, her eyes are closed and seems to be very still.
Is there a like a chart of some sort of saying what we've done to assist her around the bed somewhere? Notes, anything?
Yeah, there's like next to like the next to like a little end table next to the bed, there's a small medical journal where like the attending nurse or whatever will just write down what they perceive from the patient.
I'll pick that up and flip through it. Just look at what was done, what kind of injuries she came in with.
Aside from the wound on her head, everything else seems to be superficial. Though the wound on her head seems to be affecting her memory and her ability to maintain focus or even consciousness. So they've wrapped the wound and they've done a bit of magical healing to ensure that going to sleep is not going to be fatal. But they've also given her a sedative to help her sleep. Mentioning that the previous night was a little bit rough, as she would wake in fits of screaming and calling out the name Luxon.
I don't like the looks of it for her brother. Apparently whatever is happening has given her a bit of a fright, and she's been calling out for her brother and during her night terrors. She's not waking up anytime soon, given what they've given her. Mostly it's the head wound. Everything else was minor. But even if she could wake up, it sounds like she's having trouble remembering exactly what's happening. So.
The
Poor girl.
one of the attending nurses notices you by the bed and they walk over. Ah, Asha. This one have your interest?
Yeah, there's a job posting to go out and figure out what happened to her. I figured I'd tag along with the mercenaries who are going. They wanted to see the wounds, so I brought them by. Just to get an idea of what we're walking into.
Yeah, not much we can tell you here. This one's been a bit of a hysterical mess anytime she's been conscious. Though last night she did mention a hole.
A hole? Sounds like she's been through an ordeal.
Yes, if we couldn't really make sense of it, a hole in a blacksmith, and just repeating the name Luxon over and over again.
Buxton was apparently her brother that was traveling with her.
It makes sense why she's calling out for him then. Yeah, the poor thing has been... We haven't really been able to make heads or tails as to what she says. Sorry, we can't really be much help here. We've had to keep her sedated for her own health.
Understandable. Hopefully with Verona's help, her mind can heal as well as her body.
If it does help, though, she walks over to, again, the end table, and she opens up one of the drawers, and she pulls out like a dirty piece of parchment paper. This was tucked in the belt band of her clothing.
Take it and take a look at it.
I mean, as you open it up, it's like this strange, hastily pressed rune that's been sort of sketched into the paper. We haven't had time to get a scholar over here to take a look at it, but if it helps, it helps.
I mean, anything is helpful right now, giving us a heads up of what's happening. Hopefully it's just some bandits we can scare off.
I'm just praying this one will make it through the night. I mean, we've done everything that we could for her. Everything is looking up on the up and up, but you know how these head wounds are sometimes.
Yes. Takes more than just mending the flesh.
And there are even injuries even magic can't cure.
Unfortunately.
Besides the healers of the temple, has anybody else come by to see her?
No, once we brought her in and we got her cleaned up and sedated, it's been quiet here. You are honestly her first visitors.
And her wounds, was there any venom or anything of that nature?
No venom, no bite wounds, no claws. If you know you're going the routes of a hostile creature out in the wilds. Though the wound on her forehead was, from what we can tell, blunt force. I mean,
That could be a lot of things.
If we were to guess, given the size of it, a large rock, maybe?
Thank you, this is very helpful. We appreciate the information.
They nod. If there's anything else I can do to assist you, please let me know.
Of course. I shall just look worriedly at Aluna, just silently praying for her recovery.
Do you have, let's say, paladins on standby? Like guards of the temple?
Yes, we have I hate to use the word, but quite an army of paladins at our disposal.
I'm gonna take out 5 gold. And I'm gonna put it in her hand. Make sure that she is guarded.
Do you fear that she is in any sort of danger where she's at right now?
I am not sure. It is not you that I distrust, and I want to make that very, very clear. But I fear that something is not as it seems here.
And she nods and she goes hand you the gold bags. Like, You don't need to pay us. I can request that one of the clerics or paladins keep an eye on her at all times.
If you would do that, I will be in your debt.
She nods and it's like, the people under our care here in this hall are our utmost priority. If there's any inkling of concern that their life may continue to be threatened outside of their injuries, we will happily post a guard.
I thank you. I thank you so much.
She reaches down, she scribbles down like something on a piece of parchment and tears it off, and she rings a bell, and one of the younger scribes runs over and takes the paper and begins to run out the room. I don't know what that was, but did you unplug my mouse?
I mean, I didn't.
But father, I wanted you to play with the wire.
She unplugged my mouse.
One a little big. Has she learned to turn off your computer yet? Is the
Yes.
big question. Oh, yeah.
Yes. She jumps up on my computer and purposely stands on the power button to shut it off.
That sounds about right.
Oofda.
Well, unless you guys have any other questions, I think we've gotten all we can from here. Pray that she makes it through the night and starts her recovery.
And I pray that you're able to find this Luxon and that he's in good health.
I do as well. Or at least something that can be recovered from. I'll start heading back outside.
Okay.
Very worried look on my face as she's very concerned for Luna.
Turn and walk with her. I appreciate you coming with me, Lydiasha. It is, thank you for indulging me.
That's not a problem. Don't know if you have any experience with runes, or anyone here does, but the image that she had on her was a scrawled rune, looked a little hastily drawn. Don't know if it has something to do with this or something else entirely.
I'm not familiar, but it is probably good to ask a scribe since we're here anyway.
I think we have any on hand at the temple. We might have to go find one.
Remind me, Asha, what languages do you speak?
Common and Dwarven.
Okay. And what about Max?
Common and giant.
Max, you would actually recognize the rune.
Oh!
As this is less a rune and more a word. And translated in common, it roughly means forge.
Well, that is not super helpful. Now we're back to this blacksmith puzzle.
Oh?
It's sorry, thinking out loud. The thing you showed me. It means forge. Loosely.
Oh, it's a word? Do you know what language it's in?
Yeah, it's giant dialect.
Interesting. I really hope she wasn't attacked by a giant.
I don't know how she would have made it back to town if she was. Unless
Lucky
she is
break.
very quick on her feet.
Or lucky.
Yeah. But now we have two parts of this puzzle, blacksmith and forge.
And those two pieces usually go hand in hand.
Usually. What would the blacksmith, forge, and hole? Let us let us regroup and help with supplying the cart, and we will tell the others what we have found.
As I'm sure I've gotten horses with Kylus before, I'm just going to lead them over to where I know he's putting together a horse and cart.
Yep. And Kylus, as you enter into the stable yard, one of the younger squires just jogs up to you. So Kylus, how may I be of assistance?
Greetings. I am looking for several horses to be provided for a search and rescue expedition.
Oh, at once. How many horses do you need?
6.
6 horses?
I was like, how many?
He's like,
We're doing a horse and cart.
Yeah.
Did we say we were doing a cart? Oh, right, we did say a cart. Well, unless you could spare a couple horses in a cart.
it would be
easier.
That, in a logistical sense, would make it so much easier on me if you were to take 2 horses and a cart. It's a bit of paperwork to have to fill out a 6-horse requisition.
You'd have to do it sometime at least.
Yes, but normally, those are for grand parties, and it needs higher up sign off from, his lordship, and it's a lot of paperwork.
Yes, Bob's just pointing out that the details may have to come at some point. Thankfully for you, I just need a couple horses and a cart.
That is perfect. Give me one moment. And he runs over to a small shed, and he comes back out with almost with a clipboard. It's like, I need your signature checking out the horses. Standard procedure.
Of course.
I was like,
He'll sign it. It goes, can you possibly provide a bag of feed? I don't think we'll be too terribly long, but just a few short days.
oh, of course. The supplies for the horses will be included in the cart.
Appreciate it.
It's like, as soon as you sign, he's like gone, just booking it towards these stables as he begins to talk to other stable hands as they begin to get the horses ready and pulling them out of the stables, getting the bridles and everything on them, and hooking them up to the cart itself. And it's impressive to watch. It maybe takes them 10 minutes.
It's like NASCAR.
Yeah, it's like NASCAR, exactly.
But is it Guido from Cars?
No, it's NASCAR.
Pit stop.
Pit stop.
He'll be patient and watch. As soon as they're done, he'll just kind of pat the squire on the shoulder, and he goes, "Well done, very efficient job."
That is what we are trained in. Well, until we graduate and move into the next phase of our training.
You'll have to start at the bottom to work our way up. You'll be there soon enough.
At least, I'm one of the head stable hands and not one of the ones that have to clean the stables out anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that job either.
Teaches us discipline.
And how to not lose our lunch.
Yes. If we can handle stables full of horse maneuver, we can handle the stench of death.
Precisely. He just kind of does a side smile. And he'll give a salute.
He salutes you back before running off and depositing the clipboard back into the the little stall that they have. And as everything is getting set up and said and done, your companions that were in the healer's hall make their way out into the stables.
And yeah, he'll probably if no one's met up with him yet, he'll just scooch it on over next door to the temple and just kind of wait outside for everyone else, which I'm sure he sees Sylvia outside. Just kind of gives her a nod.
Is this our transportation?
It is. Don't need much to travel such a short distance.
Sylvia will just hop right up into the cart.
Yeah, hop up and in, and then while we travel, I'll fill in Kylus on everything that we learned.
All right. And as you board your cart, you get ready to prepare to leave Augur in search of this missing traveling merchant caravan. We are going to go ahead and take a quick break here so we can get up, stretch our legs, freshen our drinks, and all that fun stuff. And we will be right back.
and just
But I've
kill 'em.
And we
Yeah, there's
are
lots
back.
of things. No, we're not.
What?
Hi,
So-
I'm
Hi.
Grooves. Not
I
back.
have a very important question. First off, who's driving the cart?
Not me.
With this-
let's see when a crash.
Would this qualify as a land vehicle?
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, it could be me. I have the proficiency for it. Oh, unless
Can I be one of the
Yeah.
animals pulling the cart?
No.
land shark.
Damn it!
I mean, Kylus is not opposed to it. I mean, he doesn't mind passing the reins over. So, yeah.
I think we have our cart driver.
Yeah. Kylus is not it.
All right.
Yeah, not this character.
Not this character.
So, Max, another important question for you.
Uh-huh.
Are you keeping the horses in the cart on the road, or are you taking it off-road?
I could do either. I am trained in survival, so I could probably navigate us.
I feel like they stayed on the path, though, if they're a merchant.
Can I
Traveling from
ride
town to town.
next to him?
No, you can't, because you don't have a horse. You are all either in the cart or walking alongside it, depending on how fast the cart is going.
I guess that is the main question.
That's up to you.
What kind of haste are we trying to put on this?
Well,
Because, like, we can get there faster if we just go in a straight line.
and given that they were about halfway there, so about a day's travel.
You know, I feel like it's probably wise to stick to the main path, but go at a decently fast speed.
A trot.
Was it about the trot?
A
bring that
trot.
evil into
A
this.
trot. Let's not bring that asshole into this.
A trot, you know,
You already said it.
is the trot sister. A trot.
He's been
A-Trot.
summoned.
And then there's their cousin Aatrox. We don't talk about him.
Aatrox. So
All right. So I guess I guess the cowards have the majority. We'll stay on the path.
okay, how fast you going?
As fast as we can reasonably work these horses.
Well, okay. So you've got, you know, normal pace, a bit of a trot, or you can just go floor it. Each one will determine a DC. You're on a road that will help.
I mean, I give my opinion, so.
Yeah, let's just go at like faster than standard, but not quite flat out.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll using your vehicle handling skill.
All right, that is 1 second. 16.
16, okay. Not too bad on the road right now. At points you're getting a little annoyed because you're having to like move out of the way of people who are coming into the city for the festival. Every now and then you have to like sort of like pull the horses in the cart off to the side as like a larger caravan is coming through the road itself. But you're making a decent pace. Around this time, it is roughly midday. it's up to you if you want to continue going or if you want to stop or whatever. But if
I feel like Kylus would stop for just like 5 minutes just to give the horses water and then continue on.
Okay.
Temptation say, "Oh, we're stopping. We must make tea."
No. Stop it.
What speed are we riding the horses at?
Faster than normal. The cart's being pulled at like a faster than normal pace, but not really flooring it. So moving faster, but still being able to control them.
So more than 40.
Yes. You're probably looking, I'm gonna say it's probably double speed right now.
Of course, Kylus is just keeping an eye out the whole time, just in case something comes into view.
That's it. I'm gonna keep an eye out for anything that might look like an attack. I mean, we assume they made it halfway, but we don't know for sure.
Since you do that, midday coming around, go ahead and give me perception rolls. Since you're actively keeping an eye out here.
How long are we stopping?
Like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Perception. I got an 18.
14.
Asha, as the cart pulls off like a little bit to the side, like to like the left side of the road, so the horses could be fed and watered, something catches your eye. A pair of very deep wagon tracks sort of careening off to the left off the road and going deeper into the deeper off road, as you can see like a collection of like broken bushes and whatnot sort of careening towards the okay, Fox, I have a question on the map.
Yes.
Where the arrow, where like the little Google map arrow is right now, is that a river?
Directly north from it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like pretty much almost running adjacent to the river itself. They sort of go off and there's just a pathway of destruction. It's off in the distance itself. You can see a small gathering of birds of prey sort of flying overhead in a circle.
Kylus, do you see this? I'm gonna point out the tracks and the birds. I don't know if that's where we need to be heading towards, but that's awfully suspicious. I think we should check it out. I know you only said 5 minutes to get the horses feed and watered, but I think we should take a slightly longer stop here.
He's gonna kneel down and just kind of touch the dirt. And how old would you say these tracks are?
Give me a survival roll.
I can do survival.
Given that there's birds of prey flying overhead, would that give an indication that something happened more recently, or do these birds tend to eat pretty much anything?
You could give me a nature roll on that one.
I could try.
I rolled a
Not
nat
bad at
one.
nature. Oh, womp womp womp. On the nature, I
You know what? It's fitting for this character. It's fitting.
17. Second at math.
A 17?
Yeah.
Well, Kalis, you reach down and you like dip your fingers into the indentation of where the wagon wheel is up, and you bring it up and you sniff the dirt, and for some reason you taste it, but you have no idea how old these tracks are.
I once saw someone taste it. I'm more tasted.
I'm gonna taste it.
Why are you over here eating dirt? We have things to do.
I not exactly eat. It doesn't matter. There are tracks here.
What do I know of the birds?
Those birds themselves, while they will technically eat anything, only tend to gather like that when there is rotting meat present.
And I'll, as Maxis comes over, I'll point out the birds.
Gotcha. 16 survival on the tracks. Now that they have been pointed out.
16 made recently. Probably last couple days. What's up, Karsha?
Can I speak with animals to the birds?
You are not close enough to speak with the animals. If you get closer, if you guys get closer to where they are circling, you might be able to call out to them.
All right.
I would like to do that.
It's where the birds are at. You're probably looking about 2 or 3 miles off road.
Hey, that's enough time to cast it as a ritual.
I think
Yeah.
we should.
Huh. So we've got recent tracks and scavengers.
And they only really gather up like this when there's something rotting over there, so it has to be fairly recent. We don't know exactly when, but definitely think we should check it out. It could be what we're looking for. It also could not be. Hard to say at this point.
Who's actually good at taking care of the horses? Are we like?
We have a druid.
I mean,
Okay.
Technically,
Just because we have a druid does not mean they're good at animal handling.
feeding and watering.
I actually am great.
Feeding and watering
Okay.
animals is not necessarily anything you need to that you need to roll on.
Mhm.
But trying to calm a horse that's scared or anything like
Right.
that, yeah, definitely animal handling is probably going to be the thing.
I was just about to say, I have a thing for this, and I forgot I'm not playing a blood hunter this time around. God damn it. Keep up here over here.
Do we think the horses are ready to move?
We can have it follow this trail. Be careful, though, with what's around this corner the deeper we go.
All right, everybody back on the cart. Oh shit, hot. It's gonna be a 24 to pilot the cart.
Nice.
Just wasting all the good rolls.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So with that, yeah, you're able to easily clear these like 2-3 miles without an issue. The horses don't really take too much wear, and the cart is in good condition. Even though you're going over uncleared terrain, it's a lot of like rugged bush and a couple cacti here and there, various outcroppings of rock, but you're able to get through it. And as you pull up to the location where the birds are starting to circle ahead, the horses sort of become uneasy as they stop on their own, probably about a good 200 feet. As you can see remnants of what was once a cart. There's like a broken axle with like a wheel still attached to it, like thrown off to like one side, like in one of the bushes. There's like heavy drag marks across in the earth heading towards what you can now see is a large opening in the land.
Does it look
And
like a
near-
hole?
Well, most definitely a hole. And near, almost like teetering on the edge of this hole, is a body.
Just one?
Just one.
Oh.
As you can see, like one of the One of the birds of prey have gotten a little bit brave, and they've flown down. They like sort of landed on the body and start picking at it.
Do we see an eye patch on this body?
Not from where you're at.
So the carriage is on the way to the body, correct? Like it's before the body.
The carriage is not completely there. The only thing you see is a destroyed axle. It's been kind of like thrown off to the side. The remainder of the carriage is nowhere to be seen.
So we see drag marks, but we don't see maybe if the cart maybe veered off somewhere else.
Drag marks look like they go directly into the hole.
Okay, well, we're gonna investigate the body. We're gonna kind of get a closer peekaboo.
I would like to assist you
With
on
caution.
that investigation.
Yeah, I want to be cautious because, of course, seeing this hole, seeing the crash site, so to speak, he's got his sword and shield out at the ready.
As you you begin to creep closer to this body, the bird of prey that's on it sort of brings up its like long, like angled neck and sort of turns at you and unfurls its wings in like an intimidating pose. You can see like the wingtips beginning to like flicker and flame.
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and just talk to Bird. Oh, now no hostility here.
As the bird kind of like looks over at Karsha and like looks back at the rest of you and just kind of just stands there with its wings unfolded.
You enjoying a good feast there, Bob?
And you kind of like, it looks at you again and sort of like tilts its head, but almost in a manner of like it's only acknowledging noise that you're making. It doesn't seem to understand what you're saying.
It's weird.
You can give me a nature roll if you want.
I was gonna say, can I do
I
something
would
to see
like
if this thing is
to.
like undead or it's just not a normal?
Okay.
Well, we know it's not a normal bird, but no, it's
18.
This bird itself is something known as a pyre vulture. It's less a bird and more a fire elemental.
Okay. I will just go ahead and relay that to the group. Be like, that's an elemental. Can anyone speak elemental?
Would you like me to remove it?
No.
Give me a moment.
As you notice that like its claws like sink into this body, and you can begin to hear the hiss of almost like compressed heat as the body begins to like smoke from the inside out.
That is a problem.
And then
I will. Okay.
go ahead. I'll give you a moment for an action.
I've never said this language out loud, so I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. In Ignan, can I say what happened to the others? Did you eat them?
Give me, I'm gonna call it animal handling.
Damn it. I was like, in my brain, I'm like, don't say animal handling. Don't say animal handling. Damn it. That's cocked. That's better. Okay. That's an 18.
It kind of just like looks at you, and its beak opens up as like just a long string of what looks like magma just like pours out of its mouth and hits the ground underneath and just slowly begins to cool and it just gurgles the word mine as it takes to the air with this body and begins to fly off.
And can I get
Too late to grab it.
within 30 feet of it before it takes off?
Not as a reaction, you can't.
Oh god, the downside of playing a melee character.
So I can move and dash for 80.
Okay.
That still leaves me in action. Can I get close enough to it?
Not before it takes off.
Can I be within 30?
Before it takes off?
While it takes off, before it takes off. Like once I see it like about to flap its wings, I'm just gonna.
I mean, you could begin to move, yeah, but it's gonna take to the air.
That's fine. I just need to be within 30. Like if I move 80, can I be within 30 feet of it? Whether it's
If you
in
move,
the air or not.
If you move 80, yeah, because you're like near the lip of the hole.
All right. So when I see it like, like unfurl its wing is about to flap, because unbeknownst to the party, I'm very familiar with that move. So I'm like, oh shit, it's taking off. And I like just bolt right up to it. And then with my action, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot a radiant blast at it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Is it flying over the hole
Yes.
or away from the hole? Fuck.
Like it is like the body is near the lip of the hole.
So
Oh, I didn't know if it was flying in the other direction or it's flying over the hole. Yeah.
sorry.
How big is
that's
this hole? I never did ask that. How big is this hole?
It's +5. Okay.
It's
so
probably
that
about 120 feet across.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Jesus
it is a
Big hole.
massive sinkhole.
This is a crater.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I'm thinking like, oh, it's a 20-foot hole, whatever. Oh, it's a
No.
fucking crater. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Given like what your responsibilities have been in the past, you don't remember any sort of marking on any map that would signify that a massive hole like this was over by this river previously.
Yeah.
This is something
Very
new.
concerning.
What'd you roll for the attack, Ezrin?
23.
23. That will hit.
Don't have a bonus action. It's just
I'm assuming Tomiki is the only one within 30 feet of this creature, right?
Now, yes.
so. I mean, it's only 3 points of radiant damage, but I want to see if it's enough to disrupt it from absconding with the body, or at least make me now its primary focus.
As it flaps back, trying to maintain its composure in the air, and you could see that this body is still steaming as it does like a flip in the air and hurls the body towards you before taking off.
Hold on.
It's gonna be a 12.
Can you do that monk? Can you do that monk ability yet to?
It's gonna be a 12 to hit.
12. The 12 to hit's a miss. So I cannot deflect the body because it has to hit me.
Ah.
So like it throws the body a little short and it goes down into the hole, and you hear a loud whining before there's just an audible explosion as you just see like a small little spurt of flame come up from just behind the lip.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do I know what that could have been caused by? If that is like a coalescent crystal or something else?
given like how its claws sort of sunk into the body, and you smelt the burning flesh, and you saw the steam like exiting out of the wounds and everything, it probably
Bloated.
channeled like enough like fire energy into it and made it a grenade.
Oh god. Oh, don't give Niall ideas.
Or body.
This is an overfilled thing of Jiffy Pop.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah.
Oh, god.
it was just an overfilled thing of Jiffy Pop.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Tukumi just, just yells in anger. She doesn't really curse. She just yells in anger.
Gosh darn it. Cheese and crackers.
HE double hockey sticks.
Can I look into this hole?
Oh, biscuits.
Yes, you can.
Just, of course, still cautious to see like what the fuck is happening, and just like looks
It's
down.
a nice hole.
So you look down into the hole, and due to the angle of the sunlight and everything, you can see down to the bottom.
Oh.
And it's about 50 feet down. And you do see you do see the remnants of a wreckage of like a merchant cart, and a couple more bodies sort of strewn about the rocks, hard landings splattered here and there. But you only see about 2 of them. Neither of them seem to have an eye patch.
Few bodies.
And then you see something that catches your eyes. It begins to like glint in the sunlight, as there is a singular grappling hook down on the floor of this exposed hole.
Like it fell.
Like it fell.
Oh.
And standing where you're at, you can see pretty much remnants of where the grapnel was, and it just looks like it lost its grip.
Yeah, he's gonna turn around and point that out. He's at this point he'll go ahead and put his shield away and his sword so he can like kneel down and go, I think we found our cart. It's a little deep, but I'm not seeing all that is accounted for down there. And he'll point out the grappling hook as everyone kind of comes closer, as he's just kind of pointing everything out.
Would you like me to retrieve the grappling hook?
As in go down there?
Yes, it shouldn't be a problem.
I think we need to go down there regardless. But if you can get the hook up to at least help others that need help going down carefully, then yeah.
I can do that. And Sylvia will approach the edge of the hole, just kind of lean down and put one hand on the edge of it to brace herself as she swings the lower half of her body around so that her taloned feet dig into the edge of the hole to give her a bit of a grip, so she can begin to descend. She does have a racial ability that makes these sorts of climbs a heck of a lot easier for her.
So now are you climbing over the lip and then down the wall? Or you're spider climbing across the roof and then going down the wall itself instead of just jumping down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her intent is to dig her talons in so that they basically drag her way down the edge of the wall here.
Okay, so there is no technically edge of the wall. As the hole opens, it's like an expansive area underneath. It seems just like this floor, the whatever was there just gave out and was just a giant sinkhole.
Okay, so it's not like a cave, it's just
it's like a collapsed roof.
How far down is the floor
50
of
feet.
this hole?
50 feet.
I mean, now what you can do is you can still like go in with like your claws and, like I said, like climb out, like climb underneath through like the ceiling itself, and then like go down the wall.
Yeah. If I'm able to get a grip
Mhm.
onto the edge that way, then yeah, I'll do it whichever way makes the most sense.
Okay.
With how it is here.
Just go ahead and give me an athletics check for the climbing.
And my steadfast agility ability allows me to do this at advantage. So that's going to be a 24.
Oh yeah, easily. Even though like this, the earth that was once this hole sort of gave way, everything else seems to be nice and sturdy. You climb down into what almost looks like a naturally formed cave. Though off on like the eastern wall of the cave, you can see a I want to say large hole punched into it. And as you're standing there on the ground with the shattered cart and the torn up bodies, you notice that there's only one horse. A long bloody drag mark kind of leading back into the hole itself. I think I have the music here. Give me a second. Or do I have to jump over to the other? I have to jump over to the other one, of course. Actually, no, I don't. I lied. I'm a liar. I'm a DM though. That it's okay.
It's in the job description.
Very true.
Oh, that's comforting.
And as you stand there, like making sense of everything, you begin to hear very heavy, almost armor-clad footsteps echoing from that hole, coming closer.
How far from where I am is the grappling hook that was pointed out?
Probably right next to you.
Okay, is there a rope attached to it?
There is a rope attached to it, yes.
Okay, good, because I do not have rope.
There's probably
before...
there's about 100 feet of rope attached to it.
Okay, so hopefully before whatever is the source of that sound makes itself really known to us, I want to try and grab that grappling hook and toss it up to the lip of the hole.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength, we'll call it, since you're throwing a grapnel here.
Is an excellent time for a nat 20 for 24.
You spin that grappling hook and whip it right up to the top. It flies up and finds perfect hold in like an area between a couple rocks, and it's nice and taut.
That's it. It feels like it's not going to give way. I will just give a thumbs up to whoever's looking down here. I would love to call out, but I don't want to alert whatever that thing is.
Kylus has had his eyes like on you the entire time.
And as
like,
you're
just ready to jump in if you needed
throwing
help.
the grappling hook up and everything, the footsteps begin to get closer and closer and closer.
He'll make a motion to like come on.
Wait, am I going up to you, or are you guys coming down to me?
Oh, right.
What was the plan here?
Well, I mean, how close are the footsteps? Like, how far away do they sound?
Give me a survival roll.
Okay. 17.
Depending on how fast of a climber they are, you may be able to get one person down, but they are getting closer by the second.
I'm gonna look at everyone and take my sword and shield out once more and say, we need to help now. And I'm going to jump in.
Completely just jump in?
Jump in.
Are you grabbing
right
hold of the
after.
rope, or are you just shouting Leroy Jenkins and hoping gravity
Nope,
merciful on you?
I am letting someone else grab the rope so we can have at least 2 people down there by the time as he
Okay.
will hold his amulet and start to have like a blue shimmer around him as he becomes almost translucent. Like his armor and everything just becomes translucent as he uses his ability to transform into ephemeral form for 1 minute. During that time, I have a flying speed of 30 feet and the ability to hover and have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks that are not silvered.
Okay.
Yeah, Max isn't gonna do any of that shit. He's just gonna jump down and slide down the wall, like because the way you're describing it to me, it sounds almost like it's almost like a bowl shape to get down there.
Not really. It's more of like it's a pot shape.
Okay,
where you've got the hole, and then it kind of like goes in like an inward expanse.
If I were to try and say like slide down the wall, that's a thing I could do.
No, there's no wall for you to slide down. You'd slide down about like 3 feet of lip and then just free fall. Oh, there's a rope.
There's that grappling hook. I guess I can use that.
Yeah.
Look, he left that for anyone that needed the rope to get down, because if we're gonna need multiple people to get down, he was willing to not let it be him.
Okay.
Yeah, so depending on how you want to do that, it's either a 21 athletics or 24 acrobatics.
Either way, you Cirque du Soleil down this rope perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely going over to the rope to take my turn next down.
Okay, so
I'm not doing anything fancy, but I know it's going to be a bit before I can go down.
Soon as Max and Kalis get down there. How do you pronounce your name again? I'm sorry.
Kylus. It's okay.
I said Kalis.
I know it looks like Kalis. It looks like Kalis, but it's pronounced Kylus.
I said Kalis, and I'm like, wait, no, you're not a Klingon.
You did that on purpose.
It's Kylo Ren, but Kylus.
Stop it.
That is how I remember your name, and you'll have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Oh god. Or
as you
princess.
As Kylus gets down, and so does Max.
Superhero landing.
You can see coming in from this large punched out hole, the shrouded figure just covered head to toe in like this solid like brass armor, almost like just layered sheets of brass on the arms, a large just brass helm that covers up all of its features, just like very small slits for eyes. And as it just walks over, it just grabs the horse by the neck and just sort of like yanks it along with it, throws the horse over its shoulder, and begins to walk back into the hole that has been punched through this wall.
About how tall did you say this guy was?
He's probably about 12 or 13 feet tall.
I'm gonna call out to him in Giant. Hail and well met. We mean you no trouble.
Give me a persuasion roll.
16?
As you hear back in Giant, if you are looking for goods, come to the forge. as it just keeps walking. He doesn't even look behind him. He just says, if you are looking for goods, come to the forge, as he continues down the hall.
Is that the
Yeah,
blacksmith
coin
we're
giants
seeking?
wares.
Is that the blacksmith we're seeking?
I go ahead and relay the message. He is not threatening us. So we shall play it cool, and we can follow him to the forge.
I would check the other bodies real quick, just to see if maybe it's her brother, something.
I'm going to need a medicine check just because of the condition these bodies are in.
That's fair. That's fair. This is okay. Oh, okay. 17. I'm being fairly consistent.
The one you're looking at right now seems, as much as you can put together, a human, though a little too old to be her brother.
What about the other body?
It's a dwarf.
They can be adopted.
Be adopted.
You don't know.
True.
I don't assume they're family. Okay, how dare you?
Not with that attitude.
Okay. I will put a hand on Sylvia's shoulder real quick and go. Although probably in my form, it's just a cold touch. Kind of like a chill down your spine. As he's like,
Spooky.
are you all right? Spooky. Are you all right?
And I would assume, like, one at a time, the rest of you were coming down the rope.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You
I was expecting trouble, but it seems we don't have any yet.
not
For
yet. Thank you for the rope. That was quick thinking.
You're welcome.
We should not keep our host waiting.
Yeah, we'll have to see, where is it? About this blacksmith that apparently she was talking about.
When we have a few minutes, I'd like to ask the cart what happened to it.
See, I want to say that's weird.
There's a
This
spell
is
called
such a
Speak with
Kevin
Inanimate
thing.
Object.
That's what Kevin has! Yes!
It's a ritual. I can only do as a ritual right now, but we have 10 minutes. I'd like to talk to the cart.
Oh, do we? I don't. Do we want to?
No, I said when we
Do
have time, which means we can do it
Oh, okay.
afterwards.
Okay, yeah, because Kevin has this. Yay!
I want to talk to the cart.
It's screaming in pain.
Okay.
Not right now. We're waiting
I would
to talk
know
to
this cart's
the
pain.
giant that told us to go follow him because.
Yeah,
not
the
piss him
giant's
off.
already gone. The giant's already gone. So if you want to cast Speak with Inanimate Object, that's now a spell. You can most definitely.
I need 10 minutes, and they want to go see the giant, so let's go see the giant first, and I'll do it on our way out.
Okay.
What happened to you, Cardi?
That's,
No.
I only posted the spell because the look on everyone's faces when Asha said she wants to talk to the cart.
Guys, she's speaking to a signpost again.
We're going to follow this giant. I will catch up with you. I need to attend to these bodies real quick.
I will go ahead.
You mean attend to the bodies?
I can eat the bodies if you want.
That's such a shark thing to say.
It really is.
You gonna eat that?
Won't stop you, but that's not what I had in mind. It's just a precaution. That's all.
Oh, you're gonna consecrate him?
Sort of.
Will it take long?
No. Although
That's right.
would
You
like-
salt that meal for me.
I would like to check them for valuables while I'm doing that.
Silas
like
will
me to-
pretend
He
he
doesn't
didn't
see it.
hear that, as he will say a prayer for the bodies, holding his pendant before following Max.
Okay.
He's gonna be like, I don't want to know. La 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 la.
Sylvia, do you need to be alone for this, or would it be okay if I waited for you?
Yeah, that's fine. You can stay with me. It'll only take a minute. So I'm gonna go just up to the first one. Not doing a thorough check, just a quick like anything in the pockets, any pouches on the belt type of thing.
Give me a investigation roll. We'll see what you get.
That is 13.
13. Just lost my voice for a second. You find a couple loose coins, probably a couple silver. Not much else on them. Funny enough, as you begin to do that, you notice that their pockets have already been run.
Okay. I'm just gonna pass that back to Asha, just so my hands are empty. And I'm gonna place my hand on the forehead, or what remains of the forehead of this body, depending on its condition.
These bodies are brutalized. Like,
gonna mutter some words in Orin as I cast Bless the Dead on it. And when I remove my hand from its head, it has like a little feather symbol burned into its forehead.
okay.
And then I'll do the exact same thing to the other body.
Alrighty. That definitely works. As you're going around blessing the bodies, Karsha and Tokimi, are you guys heading into the deeper in with Max and Callus? If you said anything, Azrin, you're muted.
Nope, I am eating the meal.
Sorry, I am.
Okay.
You're eating the meal too?
I'm eating the bodies.
Oh.
I meant Tokini, but it's just how she
I respect the dead.
Look,
It's
sharks, especially great whites, are just trash eaters. Let's be honest.
Trash mammals of the
Tigers are worse.
ocean?
Yeah, they really are. You can find
Give
carved parts
me-
in their stomach.
give me a quick survival roll, Karsha.
Okay, I can give that to you. Give me a sec here. That's not what I want. Where are you? You want straight survival, right?
Straight survival.
Wait. Don't ask me why I thought that. Okay. 17, 21.
You go down looking to grab just a hunk of dwarf, and you stop as your nose picks up a very familiar scent. Very potent poison, comprised normally of cave fungus.
Can you elaborate that for me, please? Like, would I know where this cave fungus comes from?
It comes from all over the continent. It's a very common mushroom that's found deep in deep in the underground cave networks, but concocted into like its poison condition, it causes raving madness.
Did this guy eat a mushroom?
He ingested
Can I
it.
like tear open its stomach? Yeah.
Not really, because its stomach is all over the place. I mean, they splattered onto the
Okay.
ground. But like you go over to the other bodies, same thing. That fungal stench is on them.
Where's that purified poison spell?
I got it right here.
She's
It's
just
not
gonna be
prepared
like, she's. I know. She's just gonna be like, ugh, spoiled, and just kind of like I don't know. Is there like a fire pit somewhere? Can I just burn the
Nope.
bodies?
There's no fire pit. You guys are in a cave. Like you saw Sylvia bless the bodies though.
Well, I just kick the bodies and go deeper into the hole.
Okay. So as the rest of you catch up, Max, Kylus, like it's gonna take me some time because you guys in your
It's all
weird
good.
names, Kylus,
Sorry, new characters.
and
Who dis?
Asha, as you're going through the you go through the hole that's been punched in this wall and you enter into a finely worked stone hallway. Very wide, probably a good 25-30 feet tall, large archways along door frames and whatnot. Probably the remnants of some form of giant fortress or homestead. You're not entirely sure, though what you are sure of is you can see remnants of the other carriage members' bodies in this hallway, though these don't seem to have been killed by the fall. One of them is pretty much like 10 feet off the ground and just splattered into the stonework, almost as something with tremendous force just pinned them into the wall. Another down the hallway has its head almost concaved into like a U shape. Judging from the footprints on from the disturbed dust on the floor, it looks as if some were trying to escape from here. As you begin walking down this hallway, one room in particular catches your eyes. There is a gentle glow of flame, almost bright as the sun, emanating into the hallway. And as you begin to get closer, you can feel the heat in the air.
Does it look like a forge? Maybe like fire from a forge maybe emitting from it because of how intense the heat is?
That would be a good guess.
Is there a way to kind of like
Guileless.
peek see in as we pass by?
You don't speak their language, do you?
Me?
Yes, you. You speak Giant?
Oh, I don't think you recalled. As soon as it replied to you, I even said it. Maybe they're talking about the blacksmith.
Yeah.
I do speak Giant. So if you need help, I might be able to lend a hand, figure out what happened here, but I don't know if you've noticed the bodies. They were massacred with brute force. I think they were being held here against their will.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. If you want to look in there, I think your eyes are probably better than mine, and I might be able to talk with them. See if we can get out of this without meeting the same fate.
See what happens.
As you look
He'll
deeper, as you look a little farther down the hall, you notice that there is one more doorway that you can see, and then going off, it's like a right curve, just a large collection of rubble and earth, almost as if the rest of the abode has been cut off from a cave-in.
As we pass by the bodies. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt what everyone else was doing. Can I do some sort of check on them to see if I can tell how old they are?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
My medicine should be pretty decent. Didn't roll so well though, so they're 12.
Probably within a week.
Okay. Just keep that to herself for now because there's not sure how much the giant can hear us talking down this hallway that I imagine echoes.
In the meantime, I'll take a peek and see if that is in fact the forge or something else entirely different.
You look into this room and it is a glorious forge. A large dragon's head is sort of mounted into the back room, carved into like this large, just grandiose brazier that has what looks to be just molten magma, sort of just not drooling but falling from its mouth into a large basin underneath it. I was trying to make it sound, you know, a little more epic, but yes, drooling. And you can see light sort of emanating out from grating in the tile work, sort of giving you the sense that underneath this forge is just a river of magma.
Oof. Okay. Do I see any people around in there?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
You do see scuffle marks on the ground and a little bit of blood here and there, but you don't see any bodies.
Do I see any blacksmith tools on the wall, or do I see a different kind of set of tools on the wall?
Blacksmith tools. You see a very pristine set of blacksmith tools. You see a glorious, gigantic anvil, and even finished giant weaponry on these large tables.
Huh. Okay.
And as like everyone begins to gather up, I'll let you see what this what this forge looks like.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
I want to use.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yes, that's awesome.
So badass.
That's awesome. That's pretty, almost like Celtic great work.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Okay. Okay. Once he kind of gauges everything in this room, he will catch up to Max and Asha.
And you've sort of like reached the end of the hallway. From what it sounds like, on the opposite side of the remaining door, that gear-forged horse seems to be being torn apart.
Right. Like just like stripping it for parts kind of situation.
Yeah. You don't really hear the horse crying out or anything because the horse was already dead, but
yeah,
just very audible and visceral sounds coming from the other side of the doorway, or the door itself.
Do we see the giant that we saw earlier? Oh.
You don't, because there is a door in your way.
Oh, right. And there's no other people around other than the bodies.
Other than the bodies in the hallway, no.
Okay.
Well, let us not keep him waiting. Max is gonna open the door.
You go to push on the door and there's something barring your path.
Perhaps we should knock.
Yeah, that works. Max will knock on the door.
There's no response, as you can hear them continuing the work on the other side.
Is this the only
Is there
door?
a body on fire on the door?
This is the only door, yes, because you can't proceed any deeper because the remainder of like this hallway has been collapsed in upon. You pretty much have the hallway, the forge, another room that like as you first came into the hallway, and then that hole that was punched in that goes into that cave.
Perhaps we should just wait here for him to finish.
Yeah, I don't think I want to piss off a giant today.
No. Especially one that doesn't seem like he's having a great day. I get the feeling like nobody was supposed to know he was here.
As you're having that conversation, an audible clang echoes from the forge itself.
Fool of a joke. Should we investigate that?
Where
Well, you said we heard it.
specifically did
Sorry.
the sound come from?
From inside the forge.
Does it sound like a metal clang?
Yeah. Something metal and heavy.
Like perhaps a horse? Metal
No,
horse
no.
being thrown? Let's try knocking again. Really, really loudly.
Okay.
Just that thunk, thunk, thunk.
You knock again, and it seems that whatever it's doing on the other side is drowning out your knocks.
Yeah, damn it. Where's Termiturge?
I smack my anchor against the door.
Termiturge. Oh, there we go.
Same thing.
Where's thaumaturgy when we need it?
I know. Where's Termiturge?
Well, I have the next best thing, which is touching somebody else's tools. I'm gonna approach the anvil that's there.
Oh, so you walk into the forge itself.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm
As
gonna
you
pick
walk-
up the hammer.
As you walk towards the forge, you can see, or the anvil, you can see that there are various runic glyphs carved into this piece of iron. The hammer itself is large. Like, even with two hands, it's going to be a bit of a heft.
At a quick glance, is there anything about these glyphs that I would recognize?
Give me an Arcana roll.
I can do that. I am proficient. 18.
An 18. They seem to be able to unlock the potential of items that are forged here.
That just makes me want to play with it even more.
The anvil itself is bigger than you are.
I will wrap both hands around this hammer. I will heft it up into the air and clang it down on the anvil. Just to make a very recognizable sound echo throughout the area to hopefully get the attention of whoever is on the other side of that door.
2 checks from you here. 1, I need a strength check to see if you can heft it.
Okay, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. 21.
Okay, you grit your teeth and you just get just like a death grip on this thing. You're able to heft it up. And as you do, you feel a bit of warmth begin to wash over you. Can get an intelligence save.
You can. I can't promise it'll be any good. Well, it's middle of the road, a 15.
You feel something reach out for just a moment and touch your mind. But you're able to steel yourself that it pulls its hand back. And as you swing this hammer, give me an item off the top of your head.
An item, a potion of healing.
You bitch.
Unless you mean a piece of like equipment.
A piece of
type
equipment,
item.
yes, a piece of equipment.
Okay. Lock picking tools. That's a piece of equipment.
And as you heft this up, this something goes to reach, touch your mind, you're able to fend it off. And for some reason, you think, I would love a set of lockpicking tools. Those of you in the area begin to see the head of this hammer brighten as the magma from the basin is pulled out, as it comes crashing down onto the anvil. As the hammer comes down and slamming, the runes light up, and then there is a blinding flash of light.
Immediately run in. See
And
what happens.
as this hammer collides with the anvil, it is loud. There is no mistaking it. As those of you who are near the door, the horse deconstruction music has stopped. You quickly just let go of the hammer, Sylvia, almost feeling a little exhausted as you take 1 point of exhaustion from using this hammer. Though, sitting on top of the anvil is a very beautiful looking set of lockpicks.
I mean, now I'm kind of wishing that I had thought of a piece of equipment that I'm actually proficient in. But it's just the first thing that popped into my head.
Choose
Right.
the form of the destroyer.
Well, now you can get
Um,
proficiency at some point to work on.
Or
solve.
if any of you can use lockpicks, you just got yourself a fancy new set. I will pick up the set of lockpicks.
And as you
And
pick up the set, they are completely light to the touch. Like, just looking at them, they are flawless.
now I don't have the intuition of like a dwarf or anything, but I am proficient in the use of smith's tools. With my knowledge of that practice, would I be able to determine what type of metal these are made out of?
Go ahead and give me a roll, yes.
Oh shit.
And what type of roll is this? What am I adding? to
Go
this?
ahead, make it an intelligence roll.
Okay, that will be a 19.
A 19. This is completely alien. You've heard stories about it, though it's not really something that sort of comes from this world itself. As you begin to look at it, it's soft, silvery color, almost turns a greenish in certain degrees of light. As for some reason, somehow, ore from the Fey world has been used to craft these picks.
Damn.
Holding on to these picks, you don't even have to wait an hour, as they just sing their information to you. These lock picks are lock picks of deft hands. Using these tools, you are proficient in picking locks.
Well, there you go.
On top of that, they do not require attunement.
Ooh, very nice.
And as you are taken aback by what you've just done, staring at these beautiful picks in your hands, thunderous steps begin stomping towards the door. And there is I'm gonna move you over here. I need everybody to position themselves on the map.
Okay.
I was probably right behind Kylas as he rushed in. So I'm guessing. Like...
Yeah, I don't think I'm like all the way in just yet. I was like making my way over.
I'm fine there. I was technically last.
Sure, we'll call it there.
I'm muted. I'm there because I would be following these two.
Okay.
Maybe more like this. I don't think I'm quite as quickly as. Kylas got a head start me as he started moving. So.
And as the door is flung open, those heavy iron steps come thundering towards and then into the forge.
Oh my. What is that? That's no. No, that looks like an ogre almost. No.
Right? I'm in danger.
Yeah.
As you just hear it bellow out, "Who dirties my forge?" That is where we are ending for the week.
It was the ostrich.
Crow.
Crow, sorry.
It was me.
Crow. It was the crow.
I got the door open, you guys.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Inventive ways in lockpicking make them open it for you.
Yep.
Exactly. You hear somebody else
Touching your
touching
stuff.
tools, you're gonna come investigate.
Yeah.
And quickly.
Yeah.
This is fine, guys. Everything's fine.
But yeah, so that is going to do it for us this week, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tune in next Monday to see exactly how they're going to talk themselves out of this one. I have a feeling that that's not the case anymore.
I mean,
Can
I'm
I
a talker.
bribe you with a really nice set of lockpicks.
This is like the one character I'm a talker and won't have consequences because I'm shit at talking.
There's always consequences.
I don't want no consequence.
For a fighter, I'm shockingly good at this.
But don't drop my dice. This is not the only show that we do here. Coming up tomorrow is going to be another episode of Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game run by Tiltbot.
Oh,
I am now being told
yeah,
it's
tomorrow.
not happening, but that normally takes place on Tuesdays.
Normally, yes.
On upcoming
Tilt's being kidnapped.
Okay, so I have to ask Zorro, is Mass Effect happening on Thursday?
Yes, he'll be gone by Thursday.
Okay. So
That's a short
We
trip
blame
this week.
Zoro.
we will
I mean,
we'll,
he'll be back on the plane Thursday.
well, then we'll pick up on Thursday with another episode of Mass Effect Horizons, which is a 5th edition D&D mod game run by Zoro. And then we will be back on Saturday for another episode of
Withered Waste.
Withered Waste. Thank you. The name was skipping me. Starting at noon Pacific time, and then back there later on at the night around 8 p.m. to do another episode of Vigilant 6. And then we'll come back on Monday for another episode here. Fingers crossed that that this doesn't end in a TPK. I mean, it shouldn't, but weirder things have happened.
I mean, we've had characters die in the second session before.
Hey, look on the bright side. This is
us.
episode 2. Nobody died.
I know.
I'm gonna
We're
parry a
hitting a
giant.
record.
No,
Gonna
no.
parry a
Instead,
giant.
we had a doily take out of one creature.
Hey, at least the doily took out a creature and not you.
Fair.
But that is going to do it
almost
for
got
us
a chance
tonight.
to deflect the humanoid bomb.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will catch you on Thursday. Till then, have a good one.
Bye.